Welcome. We are pleased to have you join us here at Finance IQ 101, your channel for decoding the mysteries of financial intelligence. I am delighted that you have decided to join us on this fascinating tour, during which we will investigate the enigmas surrounding finances and the stock market. Have you ever wondered how the financial guru Warren Buffett managed to transform $1,000 into an astounding $21 million? So fasten your seatbelts, because we're about to go on an adventure that will take us deep into the world of business in order to understand his brilliance. Imagine if your average annual bonus was 10% instead of roughly 20%. That's the kind of magic that Buffett brings to the table for you. The important issue, though, is how he managed to pull it off. It's important about adhering to sound ideas that will drive your financial approach, like he does. In this tutorial, we will take you step by step through the golden guidelines that have helped him amass an immense fortune and achieve unprecedented levels of success. Think of them as the top secret components of his formula for financial success. Therefore, it doesn't matter whether you're a novice interested in expanding your financial knowledge or an ambitious investor looking for advice from the industry's most successful people. Finance IQ 101 has you covered in either case. Make sure you click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the mind-blowing stuff that will help you become more financially savvy on your path. Join me on this journey and I'll see you in the next video. Let's get started. Here are the following 6 investment principles of Warren Buffett. Number 1. Cash isn't a worthy investment. The highly brilliant businessman and investor Warren Buffett has a significant theory about cash. He is of the opinion that keeping your money in cash is not the most effective strategy to make it grow. Instead, he recommends investing your money on items that will truly assist you in generating more revenue in the future. He is of the opinion that you should not only store your money in the form of cash, but rather begin investing it in things such as enterprises or properties that might generate more revenue for you. What gives him the idea that he can achieve this? Why is that? Well, it's because the value of money may fluctuate quite a little over the course of time. There are instances in which the value of the money you own at this now may change at some point in the future. Therefore, if you hoard a lot of cash without putting it toward the purchase of assets that may appreciate in value over time, you run the risk of missing out on chances to put your money to work for you and increase its worth. It goes without saying that you should always have some cash on hand for day-to-day necessities, such as paying for products you need or costs that come up unexpectedly. According to Warren Buffett, though, having an excessive amount of wealth lying around doing nothing may not be the greatest choice. He is of the opinion that rather than stockpiling a large amount of cash, it is more prudent to place one's financial resources in robust and flourishing businesses that provide the opportunity for one's wealth to expand over time. Your money will have a higher chance of keeping up with changes in the value of money, and it may even have a possibility of outperforming those changes. Therefore, having cash on hand is important. Yet, according to Warren Buffett, a better use of money is to make investments in things that have the potential to earn more money. Number 2. Invest in assets of productivity. Having objects that don't accomplish anything, like a massive gold cube, doesn't actually help you build your money in the long run. Warren Buffett believes that just possessing something but not using it to generate more revenue is the same as owning a posh but pointless item. He is of the opinion that it is best to invest one's cash in assets that will, in the long run, result in the accumulation of more funds. The concept put out by Buffett is analogous to sowing seeds that would eventually develop into large, robust trees. He recommends making investments in things that have the potential to develop and provide you more in return, as opposed to having something that is static and does not change over time. These items, which are often referred to as productive assets, are sometimes analogous to owning a plot of farmland. Similar to how farms may provide crops that can be sold for either food or money, productive assets can increase in value while simultaneously providing stable returns on investment. The key is to consider what these items may provide you, such as more money or advantages, and then determine whether it is worthwhile to invest in them based on that information. The key to Warren Buffett's astute thinking is to make the most of the money you have and put it to work for you over time, just as a tree continues to mature and become more robust with each passing year. Number 3. Navigate your circle of competence. According to Warren Buffett, one of the most essential things to consider when it comes to investing is figuring out what one is excellent at. You don't have to be an expert on everything, but you should be aware of the areas in which you excel. It's the same way that if you want to become extremely excellent at playing basketball or painting, you have to concentrate on those things and dedicate yourself to them. The ideal course of action, in Warren Buffett's view, is to identify what one is skilled at doing and then specialize in that area. Imagine that everything you are aware of is contained in a circle in front of you. Going outside of that circle into unfamiliar territory is not a good idea, since you might wind up making costly mistakes. By adhering to this concept, you may avoid venturing into locations about which you have little information, which will protect your assets from potential harm. Instead, you rely on your experience and the information you've gained to make intelligent decisions. You should concentrate on what you are strong at and utilize that knowledge to make choices that will help your investments develop. This is similar to how a basketball player would play their greatest game or how an artist would create wonderful pictures. Number 4. Prioritize comprehensive company evaluation. The concept of thoroughly researching a potential investment target before making a financial commitment is central to Warren Buffett's approach to the financial markets. He doesn't simply quickly check to see how much its stock is now selling for. Rather, he goes deep into the firm to get a solid grasp of what it does and how it operates. It's similar to getting to know a new buddy before choosing whether or not to hang out with them. When Warren Buffett evaluates a firm, the first thing he does is try to determine how much that company is really worth. This process is referred to as valuation. It is similar to determining the worth of a treasure before deciding whether or not to invest in it by purchasing it. After he has an idea of how much the firm is worth, he investigates how much its stock is currently selling for. The fact that this strategy eliminates the need for emotional decision-making is one of its most appealing features. He focuses on the facts and the data, as opposed to getting caught up in what other people are doing or what the stock market is doing, and this helps him make better decisions. This enables him to make intelligent judgments based on logic and deliberate thought, as opposed to allowing himself to get carried away by the thrill or anxiety of the present moment. In the same way that you would give serious consideration before purchasing an essential item, Warren Buffett gives meticulous consideration before investing in a firm. Number 5. Seize opportunities boldly. Before making an investment, Warren Buffett makes it a point to learn as much as possible about the firm in which he is considering making the investment. He does not focus his attention just on how much the company's stock is currently selling for. Rather, he undertakes extensive research into the nature of the business and the processes involved. It's similar to getting to know a new buddy before committing to spending time with that person. The first thing that Warren Buffett does is determine how much a firm is really worth. The term for this process is valuation. It's similar to determining a treasure's worth before deciding whether or not to purchase it by calculating its price. The price of the firm's stock is the next thing he considers after first gaining an understanding of the worth of the company. The fact that this method eliminates the need to rely on feelings when making investment decisions is one of its most appealing features. He focuses on the facts and the data, rather than letting himself be swayed by what other people are doing or what the stock market is doing. And this has helped him immensely. This enables him to avoid being swayed by the excitement or anxiety of the present moment, and instead make sound judgments that are founded on logic and thorough thought. Just as you would give serious consideration to the purchase of an essential item, Warren Buffett gives meticulous consideration to the decision to invest in a particular business. Number 6. Invest in self-growth. The finest investment you can make is in yourself, according to billionaire investor Warren Buffett. Your natural abilities and skills are like a treasure that cannot have its worth diminished over time or taken away by other factors such as taxes. Buffett is of the opinion that putting effort into bettering oneself, whether it be by cultivating habits that lead to success or being more skilled at interacting with other people will result in a significant return in the long term. Your own personal development has the potential to become rather useful over time, similar to how the size and strength of a tree increases as more time passes. Students, along with everyone else, may benefit tremendously from Buffett's words of wisdom. He is of the opinion that the most important thing you can do is to develop into a better version of yourself. This indicates that you want to place a primary emphasis on acquiring new skills, enhancing the capabilities you currently possess, and maturing into the type of person you look up to. In a nutshell, Warren Buffett attained his extraordinary level of success by adhering to these 6 fundamental principles. He didn't store a lot of unused money. He invested in things that might create more money. He stayed to what he understood. He truly looked at firms before investing. He didn't hesitate when large possibilities arrived, and he constantly worked on better himself. These are all aspects that contributed to his success in business. Everyone has the ability to put Buffett's astute thinking to work for them and make their own financial path a huge success if they follow these steps.